hoping that you received that. I know you're going to share some slides with us today. As you do, it would be good if you could just kind of read out loud for our non-Zoom committee members who don't have access to the visual aid, exactly what it is that you're showing.
Yes, Kay, I did get that voice message.
Okay, good. Well, welcome. We're excited to hear about your work and hear your presentation.
Okay, great. I'll go ahead and share my screen. Let me go ahead and try to do that. You did get a copy, right, Kay?
I don't believe so.
Oh, really?
This is Katie, and yes, I do have a copy.
Katie probably has it.
Well, let me go ahead and share my screen. This will be, a quick presentation. Let me see what I got here. Okay, can everybody see that?
Not yet.
Yeah.
No?
Do you see at the bottom of your screen a share screen option next to the chat?
Yeah, let me get that. Let me see, share.
There we go.
Okay. Okay, let me do a real quick introduction of myself. If you don't already know, the Office of Military and Veteran Affairs. I'm the director for the Office of Military and Veteran Affairs for the County of San Diego. I work under the Health and Human Service Agency and specifically under Self-Sufficiency Services. So we moved from being under Aging and Independent Services to Self-Sufficiency Services. So that's where we're at now. I'm a 28-year Navy veteran, retired back in 2007 and joined the county under Aging and Independent Services and moved over to the Office of Military and Veteran Affairs. So let me go, I think this is the, let me see here.
Yeah, it looks like we're at the last page of the presentation.
Let me, so there it is. And let me go step by step on here. Okay. Okay, my team is small. I've got a team of about 20 staff, believe it or not, is that somebody? Okay, I have about 20 staff altogether that are full-time employees, together with VA student workers. I've got a contract with some contracted support, but the staff is very small to cover the large veteran population that we have here in San Diego. And it is large, as you will see from the slides. So again, this is the self-sufficiency leadership chart. As you can see, I fall under Rick Wani, and I'm basically at the level of his management. So he does have a large staff. Rick Wani's self-sufficiency staff is about 2,600. So we fall under them, but we do serve quite a few clients. So why we serve our military and veterans. So if you didn't know, less than 1% of the US population has ever served in our military, less than 1%. We have the largest concentration of military and veterans in the world. You know, a lot of people will say, wait a second, Texas has more veterans. Well, if you include both military and veterans, we have over 355,000 military and veterans in our county. We have the second largest veteran population in the state of California. We're second only to LA County, which has about 30,000 more veterans than San Diego County. we increase our veteran population between 5,000 and 7,000 every year. Those military that are retiring are choosing to stay in San Diego, and it's pretty easy to see why they stay in San Diego. One of them is our infrastructure, a lot of bases, a lot of support, and also there's a lot of veteran support organizations home ported here in the county. Our military is responsible for about 340,000 jobs in the county. And a little tidbit, we have the largest concentration of women veterans in the world. So we have about 35,000 women veterans residing in our county. So if you break it up by district, you can see district supervisor, district 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is the percentage. District 1, about 18%, 44,000. District 2, about 23% at 57,000. District 3, 17% at 42,000. District 4, 49,000, 20%. And then District 5 up there in the North County with 54,000, almost 55,000 in District 5, a total of about 249,000 veterans that reside in our county. Okay, this is who we serve. As I mentioned, 249,000 veterans in the county. If you include their families and survivors, we're talking about over 800,000 members that are veterans and family members. If you include active duty together with their families, if you total them all together, it's about 1.2 million. 1.2 million residents in this county are associated with military and veterans, which is quite a bit. It's about 30, over 30% of the county population. As I stated, we estimate we increase by about 7,000 veterans every year. You know, again, we are second only to LA County, but I foresee, and it is estimated that we'll probably pass LA County within the next 5 to 7 years. This is what we do at the Office of Military and Veteran Affairs. We do comprehensive benefits counseling. What does that mean? We talk to veterans and we prepare their claims, their disability claims, so that they can get VA benefits. When we do this virtual and in person, we do as I stated, claim preparation, submission, and represent them in appeal cases. We're the only authorized approver for the Vet College Fee Waiver and the Veterans Driver's License Designation here in the county. Now, let me tell you something real quick about the College Fee Waiver. If a veteran has a disability rating from 0 to 100%, and the student meets the salary threshold, they can go to a state or UC tuition free. And that is huge. We verify that, and we enable them to get their kids to college if they have a disability rating. And then again, our outreach, we try to reach veterans where they live. And we do that through different methods, which I'll go over. So this is how we do it. Veteran outreach. We have VSR outreach program in different libraries. That is where a veteran service rep, a VSR, goes to that library and meets with veterans in those libraries, such as Ramona, such as Rancho San Diego, in Campo. We try to reach the rural areas as much as possible. We have connected with 6 different county libraries where we have a Vet Connect site. And that is a video teleconferencing system that a veteran can go and have a video teleconference with one of my VSRs to help them with their disability claims or any other VA benefits. We're also getting ready to put a Vet Connect in Tijuana. And that is to help our deported veterans that are in Tijuana, and also any veterans that may live in Tijuana. The Live Well on Wheels, if you haven't seen it around, we're moving around. So we just completed a Live Well on Wheels event in Fallbrook just yesterday. We're doing, we do other libraries. We're planning on going to El Cajon, Rancho San Diego, Chula Vista, all these other places, Coronado, Imperial Beach, Poway, Pine Valley. So again, our main goal is to do outreach and get the veterans their services closer to where they live. Our veteran resource centers, if you have never been to a veteran resource center, you should try visiting. We have one in the South region in National City. We have another one in Escondido at the North Inland Live Well Center. We have one at North Coastal in Oceanside, and then our headquarters here in Kearney Mesa. These military and veteran resource centers, they do transitional classes, employment, education, legal, housing. They help with hospice, financial literacy. And it's just a place where veterans can come and see a veteran service rep and work on their disability claims. Again, those we opened up our first MVRC in April 2015. And I know that there is a push to get a possible military and veteran resource center somewhere in the East County. So that's something that people are looking at. We do a lot of collaboration. The list of organizations that we do collaborate with are the Veterans Coalition, the United Veterans Council, the One VA, Veterans Community Connections, North County and East County Chamber of Commerce, the Advisory Council. We do have a Military and Veterans Advisory Council, but there's also one called SDMAC that we collaborate with. Courage to Call, 211, and then the other associations such as the National and State Veteran Associations. So collaboration is one of our strengths, and our community here in the county really does embrace collaboration, especially when it is helping our veterans. We are considered the highest performing veteran service office in the state. As you can see, 2021, 22, we conducted over 18,000 benefits interviews. We did over 9,000 VA benefits claims, almost 6,000 Vet College Fee Waivers, and we participated in 52 veteran support and outreach events. And then we also do the veteran's driver's license and veteran license plates. They come to us for the verification. If you're wondering why a veteran really does need to have veteran designated on their driver's license, if they go to Home Depot and they show that, they will get 10% discount on anything. And there's a lot of different organizations that do give discounts if they are veterans, and this is one way to prove that they are a veteran. Our current initiatives are Vets Moving Forward. That's helping our incarcerated veterans when they leave incarceration to help them reintegrate into the community. There's no veteran left behind. That's trying to get our deported veterans help in Mexico. And then we support the CalTAP program, the transitional program that the state has. And we're doing outreach into our tribal communities. And of course, we do have our Military and Veterans Advisory Council that meets once every 2 months. And if you see the thing on the bottom, it says Happy Veterans Day, because every day, we consider every day in the county of San Diego Veterans Day. And that's kind of our battle cry. So Happy Veterans Day, everyone. And Kay, that's it. If there's questions.
Good, thank you, Will. We'll open it up. Susie, can you mute your phone for us? And we'll go ahead and open it up to the committee for questions. None? We have no questions?
No, I did, and I forgot to mention it but no, can everybody still hear me? Okay. One of the things I did want to mention that out of our veteran population, or out of the population in our veteran population, 22% of that veteran population are disabled. Out of that 22%, 25% of those disabilities are service connected. So it's connected to their service. So that's one of the data points I wanted to bring out for this group here.
Will, I have a question for you. Do you, in your opinion, personal or professional, do you see that there may be an affordable housing crisis for our disabled veterans in San Diego County?
I think there is. The county does have, and is partners with the VA with this, what they call the VASH vouchers, where we give veterans a voucher that helps them with their rent. Now, in terms of disabled veterans, I am not sure what the number is, but I'm sure. And remember, disability is not only physical. Okay, so a lot of veterans have mental disability with mental illness. I mean, that's a big thing with veterans, especially those suffering from PTSD. So is it a crisis? I think housing in general, Kay, is a crisis in the county.
Are there any other questions for Will? All right, well, let's thank Will for the best presentation we've ever had.
It's
Thank you so much.
Presentation. So I really do appreciate the opportunity to share. Anytime I can educate more folks on what the Office of Military and Veteran Affairs does, it really helps us. So thank you for the invitation, and everyone have a great weekend.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, can I ask a question? I should have asked it earlier.
Sure.
Could you just repeat that statistic you told us about the percentage of veterans who are disabled?
Yeah, right now, according to SANDAG, it's maybe about 3 years old data. They're out of the 250 so veterans that are in San Diego, 22% are disabled.
Wow.
And then out of those 22%, 25% of those that are disabled, 22%, 25% of those are service connected. In other words, they receive their disability through their service to their country.
Wow, thank you. It was a really very informative presentation. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Will, this is Todd Hood, ADA Title II Coordinator. I would like, have you seen the, I'm next on the agenda, so I'll go ahead and jump right into it. But have you seen the announcement regarding the accessibility awareness engagement sessions that are going to start on a Monday? There's two on Monday, one at 1 p.m. One is starts at 5:30, and then another is on Wednesday, the 18th. If you would, and if you need me to send that to you, I'll send it. But if you would kindly share that, I know we're getting close to last minute, but if you would kindly share that with your networks, I wasn't aware that there was such a population.
No, I can do that, Todd. And if you send me that, I can get it to what we call the Veterans Coalition. And that is a group of about 150 veteran support organizations in that coalition. So if you can send me that, I can get it to their executive director and he can farm that out pretty quickly.
That is fabulous. I'll send that in a few seconds.
And Will, before you go, it looks like Candy does have a question.
Okay, good.
Hi, sorry I'm late to the question.
That's okay, Debbie.
No, but I thank you so much for sharing all this information, and I'm sure I'll probably have more questions and follow up with an email. But thank you for sharing the data. I was curious to see if there's any data in terms of demographics, of race, ethnicity. I do appreciate you sharing, as well as the women and how many women. Just wanting to know, because I know here in San Diego specifically, there's a huge Filipino veteran community, and I'm curious to see any data of some sort that you may be aware of.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I don't have specific data for the county, but I do have ethnicity data for the state. Now, that's something that we certainly need to probably work on in the demographics. We just recently had a good data on the number of veterans in each district. Now, a year ago, we didn't even know that. No, that's a good question, and that's something that we will probably try to ask Sandag if they can provide that to us.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Will.
You're welcome, Candy.
All right, then. Before we move on to Todd's presentation, I would like to have everybody review the minutes and then call for a motion to approve the minutes.
I did notice one thing at the very end. It says the next regular meeting will be April 8th.
All right, we need to make that correction.
So it should be today, right?
Correct.
I caught that. Thank you.
All right, can I get a motion for approval of the minutes?
I so move.
And second?
I second.
All right, all in favor signify by raising your hand or saying aye.
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 Also, we're going to move on to the non-agenda comment section for members of the public. If there's anybody that's visiting us today that would like to speak, now is your opportunity. All right, hearing none, Todd, you are on. You have the floor.
Thank you so much. I did know, did Susie said she wanted to speak during non-agenda comments, but I didn't know if she had made her statements already. Maybe that was what she did in her introduction.
Perhaps.
Okay. All right, everyone, definitely you should be in receipt, have already received the information regarding the accessibility awareness community engagement sessions. We've talked about this with regard to the Board of Supervisors board letter, which was done back in January. It was presented in January, and it directed the county to do some community engagement. One of those activities will be starting next week, and those are these engagement sessions. So the sessions will be threefold.
Old
One,
fashioned style. Remember from the 80s to lock it?
oh, Jessica, I think, do you need to mute?
My parents
Jessica,
never owned a
can you
car
mute
that's
your
locked
phone?
like that. I've never.
Okay, thanks. The sessions will be threefold. One, to share the accommodations that are in place, or at least some, because there are, as you heard from just the OMVA, so many programs that are available. But we're going to share with regard to all 4 management groups some of the accommodations and programs that are in place already, and just to set a baseline. And then to also hear, we want to understand, first off, which departments are used most by people with disabilities, so that we can prioritize and make sure that that those departments, we're looking in those departments to provide additional ways to ensure that people are aware, to communicate out to the public what resources and accommodations are available. We feel like there's an opportunity to improve in our communication. So that's the focus around the accessibility awareness. And then third will be the additional method of getting community input, and that will be announcing the survey, which will go out. It'll be an online survey. It will be in a variety of different languages. The format will be through SurveyMonkey, but we'll also, as a result of one of the requests from the Committee for People with Disabilities, we will have the ability for people to call into our office and to coordinate, if they are not able to access the SurveyMonkey online system, they'd be able to get some assistance to have someone help them complete the survey. And as well, in the event that they need someone to help them complete, as well as have English as a second language and limited English proficiency, will have the ability to have an interpreter in their language to translate and be able to complete the surveys. So those surveys will, we're looking to launch them in the month of May and go through June, so that we can, or into June, and then be able to collect this information to provide input to the Board of Supervisors in the August 2022 meeting with any recommendations that we've received from the community. Are there any questions regarding the community engagement sessions and the survey, and as well, any input?
I just wanted to make sure it doesn't look from the email like an RSVP is required. You just pick your time and then join the Zoom.
That's right.
Okay.
Todd, I have a quick question. Do you have any idea or speculation on the staff end as to what type of information you're going to be gathering for your presentation in August?
Well, we're looking to provide to the board if there are, there may be low-hanging fruit recommendations that may be at certain departments where, because different departments have different services, programs, and activities. So the ideas might range from implementing new technologies, especially if there's any technologies from a communication standpoint with regard to our website, the county website, whether there are some technologies that we can provide that will help people be more independent around sight impairments, whether there are reading technologies, but to really be able to provide to the board ideas, recommendations, and then with a component of what type of beneficial impact the technologies or the enhancements may make. We've actually had a few recommendations already that are coming in, and we'll be logging those even just from announcing that we're holding these sessions. Different community organizations have responded back with, oh, this will be great because we hope that you'll put together. One idea that came in was like we have with the Public Works, Department of Public Works, where get it done or you know, to be able to log in some request. Our one of our departments is investigating to be able to log in with regard to any request for accommodations, to do that through that same similar type of technology. And then, of course, if there are any fiscal needs, we'll be able to offer the recommendations and then be able to give some indication of what fiscal requirements would be necessary.
Is there anything that you need from us to help you with this process?
We will. In addition to any continued, and I saw Michelle Krug's name pop up. One of the inputs that this committee has really already been providing, or not one, but a series of the inputs that you've provided to the departments that have presented to the Committee for Persons with Disabilities. We've had recommendations from the Committee for Persons with Disabilities to each of those departments. So those recommendations will be included in the list of recommendations that will go to the board. So to continue to do what you're already doing is one, and then we will come back to the committee with these are some recommendations, or these are the recommendations that we are prepared to present or preparing to present to the board. We'd like to get your input on any priorities. So to be able to have the Committee for Persons with Disabilities to help us with prioritizing on those recommendations.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure when I sign on Wednesday night, I'll put that plug in. Are there any questions for Todd? No.
Hi, this is Karen. This is not a question for Todd. I just wanted to say thank you, Todd, to you and to your team, whoever helped coordinate this engagement, the project. I just think it's great, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. It's hopefully will be a step in the right direction. That's how we, being the ADA Title II coordinator with the county, seeing the board put this attention toward this effort, it helps us.
Very nice. Jose Gasper was the next item on the agenda, and we're going to delay this, Katie, and put it on next month's agenda because he had something come up. I asked if we put a standing notation and reminder of the committee objectives on our committee, although I don't have them in front of me. I do know that we're still waiting to hear somebody from the jail system or invite somebody from the sheriff's department to be a guest speaker. Have we made any headway on that priority area?
We have actually, and we have a speaker that is queued up for the June meeting. Thank you for asking. And so it is Adam Landers, who is he's my contact with the sheriff's department. And so he works with all the compliance, as well as the any requests or complaints that come in that relate to incarcerated individuals or those individuals that are within the justice system. He works with me on that. So he's excited about it. He was queued up for May, and I said, well, wait, we have someone for May. So he's definitely excited to present and then to hear any concerns or input and insight that anyone in the committee might have.
Now, I know Jessica was particularly interested in this topic and the process of handling individuals with unseen disabilities. Do you think that it would be helpful for him to prepare his presentation, having that information ahead of time?
I will make sure to share those couple of components there.
Perfect. Jessica, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, Kay, thank you so much for thinking of me. This is a topic that I'm working on in the community, part of a number of organizations that are doing meetings with the interim sheriff to bring awareness to different diversity issues. And the disability conversation is very poorly represented right now. And we are not involved in any of that. And so I would like for us to be able to share amongst each other our experiences with regards to the sheriff. Perhaps it's too late to do that before the next meeting, perhaps not. I still would like for us to have, maybe not a subcommittee, but some other way that we can communicate about this topic, because our monthly meetings move so fast and we're covering so many diverse areas. So if I could get any feedback from you guys, my team, on how you experience that or what you think about that, I would really appreciate the feedback.
Well, are we allowed to, Katie, call? I guess I am. Are we allowed to? Because we did vote during our strategic planning session that we would allow ad hoc committee meetings. So I'm assuming that we would go through the same process in posting those that we do with our general monthly meeting. But is it possible for us to schedule a meeting and have a volunteer ad hoc committee work on this? Certainly Jessica and I would be attending, and any other committee members, or actually, if I remember correctly, they don't even have to be committee members. They can be members of the community who are interested in the topic. And Jessica, would you want to have this pre-planning ad hoc committee meeting prior to the presentation, or get the presentation, the information from the presentation, and then have the meeting afterward?
I would like to defer to the group on that. I am open to both opportunities. So if anybody has any interest, or if we wanted to vote, I would be open to what the group would like to do.
Okay, this is Michelle. it's a little hard for me to see my phone and all of the hand raising, etc. So I am definitely interested in this topic. I definitely want to be on that committee, and I strongly suggest that we do both, that we have a meeting beforehand in preparation, and that we have a meeting afterwards after the presentation.
I think that's great. And Candy has her hand up.
Yes, I was about to say the same. I'm interested in being part of it and doing both before and after, especially any data. I'd like to see, our comparisons in terms of narratives, or and then in comparison to any data that Adam may share with us as well, and post that, and probably any recommendations we might have post that meeting.
That's a great suggestion. Michelle, you still have your hand up, and Jessica, your hand just went up.
No, my hand is up because I can't really see. I'm in a.
Okay, that's okay.
I did re-raise my hand. This is Jessica. I just do want to share that in terms of data, I love that we're speaking data language, and I appreciate the leadership on that. The statistic that got me the most inspired in this conversation, besides my lived experience, the statistic that came out in a series of ACLU presentations was that interactions with law enforcement are the most deadly, and there is the most use of force against the demographic of persons with disabilities. And the second demographic that is the most likely to be killed or experience use of force against them is the persons of color community. And we also have a crisis in the LGBT+ community. But the statistic shocked me when I heard that there's support that are persons with disabilities are the most likely to be killed or harmed in an interaction with 911. And I think it's really significant to look at ways that we can reduce that.
It's in the jail as well.
I agree. Okay, would the committee like to meet? I would like to meet to just kind of to make sure that we are speaking in unity and linking arms. And because this is probably, Katie, this item is probably going to require more than a standard 20-minute presentation. Is it possible for us, knowing that he'll be on next month's agenda, is it possible for us to take Jose's presentation off the agenda and bump that to July?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't see any concern with that. I can let Jose know.
Okay, great. And then perhaps we should have a meeting. Do we have to post this? Is it a 7-day notice? How does this work?
No, it's 3 days. Nothing is more than 3 days in the Brown Act. It's 72 hours.
Okay. Well, does everybody do you want to look at your calendars now?
I'm going to suggest, how about next Friday?
I am going to be Friday the 20th.
Or the one after. I'm okay.
I'll be out of town on the 27th, but I can do Friday the 20th. And 2:00 works really good for me.
I was going to ask if we might be able to make it a little bit earlier. I'm supposed to be meeting my councilwoman at 4:30.
How about 1:00, Michelle?
That would be lovely. Does it work for the other people who are interested?
For the rest of the team?
Yes.
For next Friday, the 20th, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
I might be driving, but I have hands off the wheel, driving with voice up, but I should be able to.
Okay, good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and schedule that then for next Friday at 1:00 p.m. And this will be great. We can go ahead and discuss the items that will be important to us during the presentation, question and answer period. And also, Jessica, if you could be prepared just to give us a little back history on your experiences again, and then maybe share some of that data that you have, so our presenter doesn't feel attacked when we come in and ask our questions about policies and procedures.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, the next item on the agenda, I need a motion to create a resolution authorizing continuance of a teleconference public meeting pursuant to the government code section 54953E, which is a result of our pandemic.
I move that we create that resolution for next month.
Second?
I second.
Thank you, Jeanette. All in favor signify by saying aye or raising your hand.
I,
Great. Our meeting next month will be held on Friday, June 10th at 2 p.m.
okay,
Um,
I have one thing that probably I should have said in the non-agenda public comment, but please, everybody, if you can, put non-perishable foods outside tomorrow with your mail, because every postal person in the entire county will be picking up non-perishable foods tomorrow to bring to the San Diego Food Bank. So if you can, spare anything, cans or rice or cereal or whatever, please put it out for your letter carrier tomorrow. And if anybody wants to volunteer, starting at 4 p.m. at the San Diego Food Bank in Miramar, we will be sorting all of the cans and other groceries until about 10 p.m. And there's the building trades is actually going to be feeding all the volunteers, and they make really good food.
Oh, nice. Nice. Jessica, did you have something you wanted to add?
No, I think I was just trying to eye with the hand raise instead of my voice.
All right. Anything else? We got done in an hour today. Our presenter did a wonderful job, Todd. Thank you for setting that up.
Yeah, it was very interesting. Very
All right.
interesting.
Hope everybody has a wonderful month, and I will see those of you who come to the ad hoc committee meeting in a couple weeks.
Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
And
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
always, thank you, Katie.